educational platform. I'm Ms. Rana Hamdan. I'm an English teacher. I'm from the Farab School. You are welcome to our new lesson, which is fashion. Today is Monday, 14th of February, 2022. This lesson is for the 8th grade and it's Unit 8. Now, as you know, fashion is the most important issue nowadays. So most of people come from all over the world to know what the latest fashion show, the latest fashion trends. So in all or in most countries, they have what they call the fashion weeks. Now we have a quick look to know what is the fashion weeks. So the fashion is what we wear, what we dress, from the dress to the footwear. And it's also about hairstyle. So as you notice, all the people are concerned about this show. Thank you for watching, and I wish that you know what I mean by fashion show or fashion. So before we start our lesson today, so we know the most important keywords in our lesson, which is proportions. Proportions mean size. So when we talk about fashion, we have to know what the meaning of proportions. So the size is important to dress, to trousers. Is it small? Is it big? Or it's medium or not? Now, permit to affect every part of something, or to influence. Identity, we say that who person is, or other qualities of a person or group that make different from others. So when I show you the identity, my identity, so you will know me very easily. Glamour, charm. Influence, effect. Hold, organize. Concerned, believing something is important. Now, the first paragraph is talking about the definition of fashion and what is it concerned. Now, look at this picture that I have here, that we have here. So they are models who always show their clothes in fashion weeks. So the fashion means what you wear. For example, hat can be fashion. The bags, trousers, coats, all of these things are considered as fashion. Now, let's listen to the first paragraph.
It is the style of clothing, looking different, talking and living, etc. Today's youth are totally influenced by new fashion trends. It brings an interesting twist to our boring life, which makes us feel more confident and up-to-date according to this changing environment. Fashion is a term used mainly in this generation and concerned with clothes and the way people get dressed. Today, the term fashion has changed a lot. Anything that we wear is fashion. Fashion shows are held by various designers to impress people with the designs created by them.
So, after we have listened to the paragraph, we know that fashion is an art which appears in clothing, footwear, accessories, makeup, hairstyles, lifestyle, and body proportions. Furthermore, fashion is an industry-supported expression. Fashion is something that has permeated every aspect of a human culture. The culture means what are the language, the beliefs. So all of these are considered as culture. Nowadays, fashion is the biggest part of our life. We are born in a society and culture where both traditions and fashion play important roles in their particular fields. Fashion today has gone beyond glamour and has become a way of life. Now, in this paragraph, we'll talk about the youth fashion, what young people like to wear, or what are the latest trends that like to wear or what like to do to express fashion. Yes, now let's listen to this paragraph.
It is the style of clothing, looking different, talking and living, etc. Today's youth are totally influenced by new fashion trends. It brings an interesting twist to our boring life, which makes us feel more confident and up-to-date according to this changing environment. Fashion is a term used mainly in this generation and concerned with clothes and the way people get dressed. Today, the term fashion has changed a lot. Anything that we wear is fashion. Fashion shows are held by various designers to impress people with the designs created by them.
So, this is the style that most youth people like to wear. So, they like to wear somehow strange clothes to be different. So today youth are totally influenced by fashion trends. It brings an interesting twist. So it brings them an interesting mix. So life would be more beautiful when you change something, when you wear bright colors. So they feel it's avoid them from the boring life. So fashion for young people is very important. Now, in the last paragraph, we'll talk about how to stick to our traditions and to our clothes, and not to forget them and adopt a new or Western clothes style. So, in this paragraph, we'll say to our students that they have to stick to the old traditional clothes and old way. Now let's listen to this paragraph.
Our culture and identity. People who go abroad tend to adopt Western trends, forgetting their national identity and traditions. However, they should keep in mind that their identity is represented by the way they dress. By the end of the 20th century, a sense of fashion awareness had been very strong. Now, people have begun to choose clothes based on their own style preference and to create their own trends instead of relying on existing ones.
As you watch here, or as you can see here, we have some Arabian costumes and here African costumes. So some people are very strict to their tradition or to their clothes, and they represent themselves from their clothes or their fashion or traditional fashion. On the other hand, traditional clothes represented our culture and identity. People who go abroad, some people when they go to Europe or maybe to America, they tend to wear the same clothes. They forget about their traditional clothes. So here in the last paragraph, we say that we have to stick to our traditional clothes. By the end of the 20th century, a sense of fashion awareness had been very strong. Now people have begun to choose clothes based on their own style preference and create their own trends instead of rely of relying on existing ones. Now, let's answer some question about the text. Now, define the term fashion. We define the fashion in the first paragraph, so we say fashion is an art which appears in clothing, footwear, accessories, makeup, hairstyle, lifestyle, and body proportions. What is fashion concerned with? It's concerned with the clothes and the way people get dressed. The third question, what do traditional clothes represent? Traditional clothes represent our culture and identity. How do people react towards fashion nowadays? People have begun to choose clothes based on their own style preference. The last question, how do you think fashion will be in the future? In the future, people will create their own trend instead of relying on existing ones. Here are another exercise, which is complete the statement with suitable words from the list. The first word is influence, glamour, concerned, identity. The first sentence, people show me your, can we say influence or glamour or concert or identity card? So the right word is identity. Please show me your identity card or passport. Here is about his father's illness. So we say he is concerned. He is very interested about his father's illness. The teacher has a great influence. All the teachers have a great influence on their pupils. Now the last one, young people are often attracted by the glamour of city life. All or most people, or especially the young people, like to live in a city. Now, that was our lesson today. So I wish you the